You were born to thrive. You were born to feel alive. Every single second of your life, your life, your life, your life. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this new episode of Success Stories for Expat Women. They did it, so can you. My name is Eva Saunders, and I'm an inspirational singer and songwriter, as you could hear. And I'm also an employment coach helping expat women to thrive professionally, personally, after they move abroad. Because let us be honest, it's not easy to move abroad, leave behind your country of origin, your friends, your social circle, your family, sometimes your language, and you discover a completely new world, which is exciting at the beginning, and very soon it can become overwhelming, frustrating, and sometimes you can even touch anxiety or depression. I am very pleased to welcome today Olivia, who will share with us her story. I guess she's probably multi-expat. We will see. We will discover this together. I'm very pleased. Hi, welcome, Olivia.
Hi, Eva. Thank you for having me.
That's my
Looking
pleasure.
forward for our conversation.
Okay, so let us start by the first question. Where are you from originally? And
Yeah,
I know that you are going to move very, very soon to Switzerland. Right now, you're in
counting
Germany.
days.
Yeah, and right now you're in Germany, and I'd like to know if it's your first like country that you explore, or maybe that's just
The
let us
second.
explain where are you from and what brought you abroad and where you are now.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Olivia. I'm born and raised in Indonesia. That's my origin country. So I'm Indonesian. I moved abroad in 2014 to the Netherlands to pursue my study. So I was blessed to be granted scholarship by the Dutch government. I pursued my master study, graduated, and
What did you
worked in.
study? What did you study in the Netherlands?
I was studying international and European tax law.
Wow.
Yeah.
What brought you to study such a
A
topic?
boring topic.
Okay. Let us keep it short, but that's pretty
Yeah.
surprising for me. Okay, what happened next when you finished your studies there?
Yeah, so what happened next? The goal at the beginning was to continue my career in taxation abroad. And then the reality hit like, okay, in order to be tax consultant, it required me to be able to speak Dutch in the very native level, which is understandable because we talk about law regulation. And I did not take into account. I was like, okay, I have to find another opportunity career-wise, and I work in another sector still related to tax, but it's more international in finance
Hmm.
for 1 year, and then I found out that that's not the field that I see myself to find fulfillment
Yeah.
at
How did
work.
That's interesting. This question of fulfillment is very interesting for us. So wonderful. You saw it that that's not your field. What were like the symptoms? What did you see?
Yeah, well, like as a non-Euro European, and I don't have anyone that can support me financially. So
Yeah.
I know I have to find a job that can sustain my life, but
Yeah.
not my lifestyle. It's the basic, right? The rents, the food, the shelter. That's it. And then that's the only job opportunity that I got.
Hmm.
So I was in survival mode.
Oh
I felt
yes.
like
Yes.
I felt like, okay, this is the only job. I got rejected so many times that I have to like this job. I have to like it because this is
Yeah.
the only job that I have. So I over time I felt waking up and anxiety. I felt like oh my God, like huge burden on my shoulder. I have to go to work. And I have to admit the culture difference in terms of professional environment in Indonesia and in the Netherlands. For my very first job, it hits me. It hits me. I need, I felt, okay, am I good enough? Because I got
Yeah.
rejected so many times. I don't feel I'm up for the job. And I felt like, when something didn't go well, I blame myself. And who else to blame, because I only have myself here. But the clear sign for me that I waking up feel unhappy, I feel
Yes.
stuck, I
Yes.
feel trapped, I feel if I don't survive this job, I have to go back to my home country.
Yes.
So that feeling hanging on top of my head, like every morning I waking up, and and I don't feel any fulfillment in the job in terms of it give me satisfaction.
Yes.
I really make a difference. I don't feel I make difference in anyone's life. I don't feel I make change for good for somebody or for my clients or even for the employer, because I felt miserable. That's how I felt. Yeah.
Mm, wow. Well, thank you for this sharing because this is very common scenario for expat women. You are not alone. It's
Mm.
like this survival mode, which is very heavy to carry on our shoulders. These questions around my confidence, self-esteem, am I good enough?
Yeah.
Also, this anxiety we have to deal with sometimes. So tell me, how did you deal with it and
Mhm.
what happened? How did you find your life's purpose or something else you wanted to do? How did you deal with this anxiety and how
Yeah.
you there was your shift?
Yeah, so growing up and in Indonesia, mental health, feeling anxiety or feeling depressed is not something that we, at least with my family, we don't openly talk about, and not expressing those heavy emotion, So I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know that it's it's something that common, like you say, and I kept it for myself. I battle it up, and then I think I start fitness. That helps. That help.
Ah,
Yeah,
mhm,
that help.
mhm.
I didn't know how to deal with my emotion, and it manifests in my body.
In
It
which way?
manifests
In which way?
because I feel comfort through food. I felt sluggish because mentally I'm drained, physically
Yes.
don't have energy, and that when I met my back then boyfriend, he told me, why don't you exercise? Because I was not sporty at all. I
Okay.
went to the gym, maybe like the last 6 months before I went abroad, just go to treadmill, joining class. I have no clue how to navigate myself, lifting weight. I don't know. And then he told me, why don't you go to the gym? And I look at him and I was pissed, angry, huh? Like, can you tell that I'm tired? I have no energy, and you ask me
Yes.
to go to the gym and lifting weights. Like, you said you love me. What are you talking about? But
Mhm.
then, I let it sink in my head, and I forced myself at the beginning to go
Mm.
to the gym. I don't know how to navigate my emotion, but I start to taking care of myself physically by
Yes.
eating better, by move more, and by trying something different. And to be honest with you, I think fitness and weightlifting is the lifesaver for me abroad.
Wow. So
Yeah,
did you feel really a huge shift when you started to exercise?
I am. Yeah,
What was it? What was different suddenly?
well, not it's not all sudden, but at first I feel lost. Like, okay, maybe people watching me doing something thing stupid, wrong, and then people will like make fun of me. But this only my only in my head. Like
Yes.
people in the gym, I saw like they focus to improving themselves. They focus on themselves. They're willing to help you, and and knowing that I don't have to be expert at the beginning, but I just need to be confident, be in the gym, in the weight lifting area. And then I start to feel confident. It's growing, like confidence is growing. It's
Yes.
not from 0 to 100, but from 0 to 10, 15, 20. And I start noticing, oh, I feel more energy in my day to day. I feel less bloated. My skin is glowing because I eat better. And I think that grow my confidence, to be honest. Yeah. And that if I can change this, if I can navigate my way for physically, then I start to, okay, I want to expand. I want to look at myself and like really understanding my feeling and checking it with myself. But I think without fitness, I'm not gonna be where I am right now. Not only a place of residence, but how I look at myself. How
Yeah.
I look at myself. Yeah.
That's tremendous. Okay, so you kept the job for a while, I suppose, and you went to the
Yeah.
gym. What happened later?
Later, I quit the job. It was contract for 1 year,
Okay.
and the employer can see that I'm happy, and I'm unhappy with them. So we agree that it's not work for us. We
Hmm.
part ways, and then I didn't have anything lining up for me. So I was unemployed. I was unemployed, and I applied for, like administrative job,
Hmm.
rejected multiple times, like, oh no, but I have master degree from this country, I have work experience,
Yes.
also including 1 year in this country, but even I apply in the job that not required master degree, to be honest, but still no one seems to wanting my contribution.
Yes. How did
And
you live this period? Was it like difficult? Were you questioning yourself or your
yeah,
career path? What was going inside you at that time?
I think I was ashamed.
Hmm.
That's the strongest feeling that I remember. I didn't inform my family. I didn't want them to worry about me. I didn't tell my best friend. I kept it for myself, and thankfully, I have supportive boyfriend.
Hmm.
But I felt ashamed, and I felt, where is the silver lining? What's
Hmm.
the purpose of living abroad when I had to carry this heavy, dark emotions day
Yes.
to day without knowing the light at the end of the tunnel?
Hmm.
Why don't I give up and just go back?
Yes.
But I think what makes me continue without knowing what will be available for me is my mother-in-law, before she passed away, she was the first person in my life that holding my hand and looked me in the eye and told me, Olivia, it's okay. You don't know. It's okay to not feel okay. And it's okay. Like no one tell me that it's okay.
Wow, I love it. Olivia, it's okay if you don't feel okay.
Yeah.
Just accepting where you are right now, not fighting against it, not being ashamed, not trying to change it, not trying to explain it. Just be where you are and accept it, even though it's not pleasant.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the thing about living abroad in my view, with my observation around my inner circle, that we want to have certainty, right? Maybe career, study, relationship, but we want to have this comfort of knowing what's gonna happen next.
Yes.
But that was the moment, like around 8 months, I didn't know. I had no clue. But I know I have be okay. This is where I am now, but not fun at all,
No,
not pleasant at
no,
all.
no.
But I know life will get better because when you are hitting rock bottom,
Mm-hmm.
the only way is go up. You cannot go any more further down. No, like, but that's the moment that if I look back right now, I wouldn't chance that 8 months period without knowing what's gonna happen next for anything, because that's the experience that I felt proud, to be honest, that I'm not only survive but thrive. And it's hard to see when you are in that moment,
Yes,
in that
absolutely.
moment. But you know, I think I have it difficult and I struggle a lot. But I know at the back of my hand there's a tiny, tiny, tiny soft voice and saying like, "Hey Olivia, what you want is available for you." I don't know how, I don't know what is it. I'm making fool of myself. I'm delusional of what, but there's a like soft voice like inside of me said like, "It's okay. It will work out. Hang on, hang on, hang on." Yeah,
Wow. Isn't that beautiful?
it is. Yeah,
Uh, and I do believe if we are willing to listen to this soft voice within us, there is a voice for everyone, for each of us, that will soothe us if we need it, and that will exactly guide us into our thriving life. As for you, it was very hard. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know what would come next. And at the same time, there was this little voice. So what
that
happened
little
next?
voice.
Where did it bring you, this little voice?
That little voice brought me to working in the warehouse basically because I couldn't get any job. So
Mm-hmm.
I work, like physical work, carrying pallet, so heavy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I felt, a little, I feel ashamed. Like I work this job with the master degree and
Yes.
everything. But I know I have to keep going. I have to keep going and I have to sustain my life. I couldn't rely on someone
Yes.
else. And that I get a job, administrative position only for 3 months in a company in the Netherlands. And in that position, I climbed myself up a corporate ladder that I was very, hungry for learning, for improving, and not only my life, but also to find the fulfillment. So I prove that even though I start from doing 3 months job contract and doing administrative work, working in the project temporarily, but the company see my value. If the company see my value and they promote me, that says something that okay, somebody value me. Then why I undersell myself. I think that I climbed myself in that company for 4 years, and yeah, and then I moved to Germany. Yeah,
Hmm. And now, what do you do in Germany?
in Germany, I work with another company in supply chain. So I shift my career path. I from taxation, finance, I work in different sector in
Mm-hmm.
supply chain without background of studying, but I learning the skill by doing. And it's something that maybe I wouldn't see myself if I stay in my home country, changing career path. I don't think I will. I have enough gut and to do it
Yes.
because when you're changing to something new, you have to start from the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not everyone is willing to restart, especially when you are already here and you have to start from here.
Yes.
Not everyone wants, but living abroad, even is not by design, the the you have to be able to pivot and accept. Like sometimes you have to start
Yes.
from the
You have
bottom.
to be adaptable and to just follow what's opening in front of you and just see what's happening. I
Yes.
definitely agree. My experience of living abroad is exactly the same. It's not very straight. Sometimes it takes like
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it teaches you to be open, adaptable, and willing to learn, willing maybe to start downer and just to be open to learn, to grow, which
Possibilities.
which there can be this feeling of shame. What do I do
Oh,
here? I
yeah,
can do much more. I can relate to this so much as well. But
yeah,
just tell yourself it's temporary. It's now. You don't see what's
Yeah, yeah,
later, and later
yeah.
something else will happen. Something else will come. Just take it one step at a time, wherever you are,
Yeah.
and welcome it, accept it, embrace it.
Embrace it. Yeah, embrace it. I love the word.
Yes,
Indeed, like the pain is temporary, and the same, the success is also temporary. And the key is
yes.
to not get attached, to not get attached to suffering, to not get attached to winning or success, because it can be taken away from you easily. So what you need to holding on to the trust on yourself that you can survive, that you can thrive in whatever life circumstances throw at you, and just hang on there, and you are stronger than you think.
Wow, thank you. You're stronger than you think. I love it. Mm. So tell us if you want and if you feel like, tell us about your project, your move to Switzerland, what you're gonna
Oh
to do.
yeah.
Do you have already any professional connections? What's going
Yes.
to be?
Yes. Thank you for asking me. Actually, I got job offer already last week in
Oh
Switzerland.
my God, how did you get
Yeah.
it? We need to know. Inspire us. How did you
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah. So you know my story at the beginning. I told you how struggle I was in the workforce, getting multiple rejection, working in the workhouse, and have to struggle and climbing, and then basically proving my worth, right, at
Yeah.
professional at employer. And yeah, so I was on vacations a month ago for 3 weeks. And on my own in the evening, and then I think I bored, I check LinkedIn, and then I just like apply, and then like, oh, I want we the recruiter contacted me, we had interview, it went well, and the company talked with my current managers, and then yeah, long story short, I went to Basel, like I told you last week, and then I met the company face to face, and then yeah, it was positive experience, and they gave me the job offer actually.
Ah,
Yeah, but yeah,
congratulations.
before
I am
moving to
so
Switzerland,
glad
such
for
crazy.
you.
Thank you.
Wow, I just love your story. And as you said at the beginning, you build up your confidence one step at a time. When you start at zero because you always meet rejections, that's a part of the story of a lot of us, but then it starts to grow, and it's not from 0 to 100 immediately. It's one step at a time, and over the time just you realize, well, I have this experience, so maybe I can apply on LinkedIn and see what
Yeah,
happens. Oh, they invited me for the interview. Now it looks like overnight success story, and actually we see the behind the scenes, and actually it's not
yeah,
at all. It's not at all.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
so I'm so pleased that you shared all this story with also these moments when it was really hard, and you see that's just a part of the story, and that's like another woman I interviewed. She told, well, the storm doesn't last forever.
correct.
Storm
Yes,
is just the storm, and it will be over.
yes,
So you need to
absolutely.
know. So you need to know what to do when you are in storm, in the middle of the
Mhm.
storm. And for me, like the turning point for you was this woman who told you it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah,
Just to start welcoming, accepting
yeah,
what's there, not fighting anymore, not feeling ashamed. Just mean them there and welcome in it, and believing that everything is fine and everything will be sorted out, which
yeah,
happened for you.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
Olivia, thank you very much for your sharing. Um,
yeah,
is there any announcement maybe you'd like to meet like-minded women in Basel, whatever? If you want to share, that's your space
yeah.
right now.
Yes, so I will move 15th of May
Hmm.
to Switzerland, and we will stay in a small town called Art.
Hmm.
And if you are in the neighborhood in Canton, Zug, Rusen, Zurich, Swiss, if I pronounce correctly, I would like to, yeah, invite you to meet up, maybe virtually, maybe physically. Weather is getting nicer these days, so I'm really looking forward. I'm also a fitness and nutrition coach. I'm specializing in helping women who live abroad to taking care of themselves without waiting that I have to settle first. But taking care of
Mhm.
yourself, putting yourself in the driver's seat, it has to be priority. I noticed with myself because fitness is the door opening for me to start taking care of myself. I've noticed like I neglected. I put it in the back seat for a long time. Okay, when I get a job, okay, when I have more time, then I will take care of myself. But no, taking care of myself is the ultimate best decision that I do for myself.
And it starts here
And
and now, actually. It's a priority, or we should make it a priority.
yeah,
Because if
yeah.
you are full of energy, if you are okay with yourself, if you are in a positive mood, that everything else changes. Life is not the same anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
That's
if it's
tremendous.
something that
I'm glad you mentioned it because you were talking about a corporate job, which is amazing. But this is
yeah.
really important because what I love about you that in some way you walk your talk and you live your story and you can help these women who don't feel very well right now
Mm,
because you experienced it on yourself. That's not something you read in books. It's
mm,
really your experience. And for me, nothing is like more precious than what we experienced and struggled through and
yeah.
we overcame it.
Yeah.
So what, who are the men who will come to see you and what, how you can help them?
Yeah. So I have a program that we work one-on-one for 90 days
Hmm.
and to see where are you in terms of wellness, nutrition, fitness. If you want to build your confidence through taking care of yourself, getting back to be active by nourishing yourself, then I work with compassion. I'm not the one who like telling you what to do if you don't want to. I'm not the one who restrict your meal or restrict your entertainment because you shouldn't eat this, you shouldn't do this, blah blah blah. But I know fitness and nutrition not to restrict your life, but to enrich your life, especially when you're living abroad. You
Hmm.
want to experience and embrace everything, and with energy, confidence, then yeah, that's when you experience more and more, it will enrich your life for sure.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
professional as well. Yeah, and I know like women get busy, especially living abroad,
yes,
and it's
yes,
feel overwhelmed.
yeah,
Feel
yeah.
overwhelmed. And I learned that for me, important to taking care of yourself doesn't have to be complicated.
Hmm.
Simple thing, small thing. That's the start, and
Yeah,
that's how I
absolutely.
approach it. Yeah.
And who doesn't need today more energy and more confidence? I mean,
I
if
mean, yeah.
if you think about everyone, how much fun the life is if I feel full of energy in the morning and maybe even in the afternoon or in the evening, and
Yes.
I'm confident about myself. Wow,
Yeah.
I will definitely put the link of your offer to above the video when I put the introduction. So if there is anyone, get in touch with Olivia. I do believe in what she does because it goes through her experience. Thank you very much, Olivia, for accepting this invitation. I wish you a peaceful move. I
Finger
wish you a lot of
crossed.
energy for your move, and I wish you a beautiful new life and start in Switzerland. I would love to meet you once, so hopefully
Oh,
there
me
will be an
too.
opportunity. And all the best for you. Thank you very much. You are
Thank you.
listening to Success Stories of Expat Women. I'm Eva Saunders, empowerment coach for women. If you feel like down, like it's hard for you, you experience these rejections, you feel lost, you don't know what you want in your life anymore, it can happen like this loss of clarity. get in
Mhm.
touch with me, please. I do offer 45 minutes clarity session for free where you can empty out, tell me where you are. I listen and embrace you, and we will see what are the most important steps for you to get back on track and to head into this direction of your thriving life. Because remember, you were born to thrive. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Olivia. Bye bye.
Thank you, Eva. Bye bye.